What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another defense spotlight. As a lot of you are aware, I have become just an absolutely massive fan of the mighty Earthshatter Tower. The Earthshatter Tower got some heavy-duty love in the Protean Shift expansion, and what was already a really good tower is now, in my opinion, one of the best towers in the game. It is just so good as it packs an amazing punch, plus it has just a ridiculous amount of crowd control that you can very easily put onto it. Now let's hop right on in. First things first, one of the biggest benefits about the Earthshatter Tower is it just has absolutely crazy range. You can throw these bad boys down and you're guaranteed they are going to hit stuff way over there. If we take a look at it here with just Ascension only and no ranged shards and no range mods, we're at 6,000 range units just from our Ascension, making the Earthshatter one of the best scaling range defenses in the game. With this in mind, I don't put any additional range onto it. I don't use any range shards, and I don't use any range mods, and that allows me to have a tower with just amazing natural range anyway, but I can just pack on the DPS. As you see here, the tooltip showing the DPS at 3 million. Of course, we know the tooltips are all bugged out right now, but essentially it's doing 2.25 million per whack every single hit. Oh my gosh. The Earthshatter Tower will without a doubt wreck them. Now, a couple things to remember about the Earthshatter. First off, it does not hit air. However, one of the big benefits of it is knockup, making it a natural combo with any other air defense. So Skyguard towers, Hailstorm towers, they are going to go great with the Earthshatter. Now, another thing about the Earthshatter is the Earthshatter does not hit Malthius. So be prepared for this. If you have the Malthius mini-boss coming and all you have down is Earthshatters, you better be careful, as Malthius is going to just end up rolling right over things, as the Earthshatter just won't hit Malthius. Now, as far as the mods for the Earthshatter, you really have a little bit of room to play. However, first things first, you gotta have Shatter Quake. Some of these defense-specific mods that rolled out with the expansion are not spectacular. However, Shatter Quake is one of them that is just amazing. It puts a stackable fire dot that just hits like a truck. It does a ridiculous amount of damage, plus it adds an AoE benefit to the Earthshatter itself. Now with this, I'm using melee boom. Some sort of boom servo is definitely one that would be suggested. I'm using melee boom just as, you know, as we know, the majority of most mobs on a map in the expedition mode are always melee, making the Earthshatter an easy mode for any of the expeditions. Now I'm using power servo on there. However, there's room to play. Use whatever you want. If you don't have a gilded defense rate shard yet, you will probably want to put some sort of defense speed as that third servo instead of the power servo. Now once you can get yourself a gilded defense rate, you don't need any more defense rate added in, as you are at the cap and can't go any further. Now, along with defense rate, I like to bring Earth Toss. Now, of course, we know Earth Toss now adds an additional AoE to the Earthshatter. Instead of just providing the knockup, which it did before, it now is gaining an AoE damage radius, which means it is doing damage to everything in that immediate area. Now it is a small range at only a 320 damage radius with a gilded Earth Toss shard. However, adding any range or any AoE to this defense at all is just incredible. And then of course, the breadwinner of all breadwinners in the shard department, you gots to have the destruction. So go with destruction, Earth Toss, and defense rate. Of course, you know I grinded it out and I've got all those bad boys gilded. However, just going with the vanillas is more than appropriate. Now, once again, the defense rate, a regular defense rate shard will not get you to the speed cap, so you're going to want to throw some sort of defense speed in the mix as well. Now, taking a look at our Ascension, we would follow the basic builder Ascension rule, meaning first things first, your first 20 points in utility have to go into defense crit chance. Just has to happen. Your first 20 points in the defense category need to go into defense speed. These are 2 mandatories. When you're at 60 Ascension, you need to have your defense speed capped, and you need to have your defense crit chance capped with what you can get out of Ascension. Now, moving on from there, you'll then want to go into defense crit damage, and then finally Earthshatter Gambit in the utility category. And in the defense category, just go ham directly into the Earthshatter and just jack that power up absolutely through the roof. The Earthshatter Tower, as I mentioned, is definitely one of my favorites. I'm using it quite effectively to climb in onslaught floors and using it as my go-to farmer tower anytime I run out and hit Chaos 7 to farm up some mats or some mods. So hopefully this helps everyone understand how to build their Earthshatters. There is a little bit of confusion with it, particularly with using the Shatter Quake and the Earth Toss together at the same time, as there is a minor conflict between the two. If the target gets knocked up before they get burned by the Shatter Quake, which will be on the ground, then the effect will not happen. However, it's rare and it's really in your best interest to still stack them both, even though there is that minor conflict. Now, there's been some question about the dot and exactly how good it is and whether or not it stacks. So here we see with just one Earthshatter, you're going to see that dot start to stack up, and it's going to start to do big numbers. You see we're at 4.4 million. There, that one was over 4 million. There's a 3.2, another 4 mil. Hard to see with all the red numbers in the mix. There's a 4.5. Anyway, needless to say, 60 DU, 4 million DPS. Oh my gosh, come on, no brainer. Pick it up. It is the hotness. Now, about that dot. Now, remember when this Earthshatter goes away, then of course the bulk of these numbers should go away, right? Of course, all those 56,000s that are spamming up there are all the dot from the Shatter Quake mod. So when we get rid of the Earthshatter, the Shatter Quake keeps on ticking for over 1 million at first, and then slowly scales down and ramps down until all the stacks are gone. But it does keep on lingering and keep putting out the damage. So when the target is up in the air and not being directly hit by the Earthshatter, it is still getting the burn. And then of course, as they die and that melee boom goes off, it just gives you even more AoE damage. So basically, we've been able to take one of the strongest single target towers in the game and convert it to AoE and add in a fire dot. Good gosh, what more could we ask for? So that will do it for now. By all means, get on your Adept and your Apprentice and get some Earthshatters going, as you will not at all be disappointed. So thanks again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.